Hey there, guys. Third talk about the voice, that inner crazy little voice that's in our head. The first time we talked about the 16th second, right after that Instagram video or Snapchat, or we get off our small group Zoom call and it's like, what do they think of me? That 16th second is such a defining moment in almost every one of our days. And every day there's a 16th second of just awkwardness and wondering what do people think of me or what is to come. The second thing that we talked about was the three faces. Your first face is what you want everybody to see. It's your Instagram profile. It's your Snapchat. It's your senior pictures. It's your school pictures. It's your family pictures, right? And your second face is the one that's a little bit more natural. It's not makeup. It's you were naturally rolling out of bed and you got bad hair day, right? You know you're in a comfortable space. Like think of the Merge Retreat. It's crazy how much we get into our second face in the Fuse and Merge Retreat because we just roll out of bed and it's like most of the girls aren't wearing makeup. The guys' hairs look matted and gross because they haven't showered in 5 days. Or that's like it's interesting what happens when you get in that healthy space. And then your third face is the face you want nobody to see, which is really the face that really is our foundation, unfortunately, that drives a lot of who we are. Because of that third face, you create this fake persona in your first face, and where we really need to be in our second face. Again, don't get lost in the numbers. The numbers are irrelevant. I'm just using it as a talking point to help kind of drive and organize the thought. On this talk, though, I want to take a step further on understanding what your mind is. You need to know something about your thoughts. You actually need to know what your thoughts are doing for your future. And when I say your future, I'm talking your future in an hour. I'm talking about your future in a day. I'm talking about your future in a month. And I'm talking about your future in years. I know sometimes when we talk about future, we have this imagination that it's super far off. But the reality is what you do right now will impact your next minute. It's going to impact your next day. It's going to impact your next month and your year. It's not just this far off consequence, it's your immediate. So here's the thought I want you to think about. I want you to dialogue with me as you pause the screen in just a minute. I want you to think about this idea. Your strongest thought is the thought that's paving your future. Your strongest thought is the thought that is paving your future. Or another way to say it is that your life is moving in the direction of your strongest influence. What influences outside of you are driving that internal thought of insecurity, hesitation, depression, anxiety? Most of the things that happen in our head are external things being fed into it that cause this ugly, weird third face that we create a false face with over here in face one. Well, remember, Jeremy's Instagram is face one most of the time because he likes perfection. He likes looking beautiful, which is a hard thing for me, but I go with it. That face is fake, but it creates massive insecurities here. Every person has a beautiful first face, but an ugly second face, therefore a false second face, or third face, second face. Getting the numbers out, you get the point. All of them, including me, including you, are being driven by the strongest voice in their head. Your strongest thought is going to drive your emotions. Proverbs 23 verse 7 says that a man is driven by their thoughts. The Proverb book, the Wise book, is reminding us that the thoughts in our minds actually are driving our future. Now, for some of us in the room, you're like, well, this is actually a really good day. I'm loving it. Woo, woo. And there are others of you who actually might be sinking deeper into anxiety. And I don't want to downplay it, but you need to understand that almost all of your life battles, almost all of them, your victories and your losses will be won or lost in your mind. So here's my question for you. I want you to consider. I want you to pause the video and come back to me in just a minute. I want you to ask this question. Understanding that your life battles are won or lost in your mind. Here's the question. Are you excited about where your thoughts are leading you? Are you excited? Let's take it a step further. Not just are you excited? So 2 questions. Are you excited about where your thoughts are leading you? Why or why not? And 2, are you excited about where your greatest influence in your life is leading you? Because your influence ultimately decides your thought process. The inner voice, that voice is actually somebody else's voice about life and their opinion on life now influencing you. Pause the screen, think about those 2 things, and come back to me in just a minute. Well, hey, what's the answer? Are you proud of those? I've spent more time in my life not proud. I have to admit, I really wish I had heard this talk when I was a freshman in high school when 9/11 happened. So you freshmen, I understand where you're at. I remember the day I came home after school after the towers falling in New York City. And my immediate reaction was, I want to go play baseball. That's New York City. It doesn't affect me. But now as an adult, I look back and go, dang, I really wish somebody would have said to me, Jeremy, it actually is. And because you are living in this fake sense, you want to make yourself really comfortable. But here's what I learned. The most influential voice in my head, I think is the same for you as this. And our last talk is going to be talking about this, and that is it. Ready for it? Here we go. We will always choose comfort. So big. We will always choose comfort over progress and purpose. Your thoughts are probably wanting you right now to get to comfort. How happy you're about that, though? Are you proud of it? Take some time today to really meditate on this. Think about it for a while. Think. Change the direction of your thought. Yeah.